Hello. Hope you had seen our earlier videos on summary of 7 pillars of AML framework and a detailed video on pillar 1. Today with this video we are going to discuss in detail about pillar 2, which is policy and procedures. For the benefit of those who have not seen our earlier upload regarding the summary of pillar 2, policy and procedures, I will brief you what it is all about. AML policy, including the risk-based approach and NRI guidelines, is an important document which provides the entire area of AML compliance drafted in line with the regulatory requirement. The policy needs to be reviewed from time to time and based on any regulatory updates with version control document. The procedure document needs to be developed elaborating completely the responsibility and accountability of each and every process involved in the compliance function. Now let us go in detail discussing about what is the second pillar, policy and procedures. Point number 1. Policy is an important guideline document for the organization elaborating various compliance requirements which is shared after the approval from the board with all the staff. Point 2. The policy should be drafted in line with regulatory guidelines and based on the business requirements covering the following broad areas: the purpose of AML CFT policy, scope of the policy, administration of the policy, key definitions, stages of money laundering, applicable law and regulation, risk-based approach including risk registers defining inherent risk, residual risk, risk profiling, risk methodology and risk assessment model, customer onboarding process, know your customer requirements, simplified due diligence, customer due diligence, enhanced due diligence, the sources of fund and the purpose of transaction, know your customer's customer, that is KYCC, know your employee, know your counterparties, the red flag indicators, suspicious transactions and suspicious activity report, transaction policies and transaction screening, transaction monitoring, compliance reports and responsibilities, other reports which are mandated by the authorities, event-driven review, case management, escalation process and exception handling, training and awareness, record keeping and documentation, independent internal audit and AML audit report, that is AUP, tipping off, no retaliation policy, money laundering and terrorist financing penalties under UAE federal laws. These are the important or the broad areas which should be taken care while drafting the AML policy. Now point number 3. The policy needs to be issued with a version control document and the changes between the version must be clearly spelled out. Point number 4. The policy should be reviewed and updated periodically at least once a year, even if there are no regulatory or business compliance process changes. Point number 5. The AML procedure should be drafted for various policy sections detailing the process, the responsibility and the accountability of each and every staff. To conclude this pillar, it is the responsibility of the compliance officer to review periodically and update the policy and procedures on timely basis. The revised policy and procedures should be communicated to all the stakeholders in the organization after approval from the board. We will be happy to assist you in any of your compliance needs. The next video will explain in detail about pillar 3, which is IT systems and control. Please share this video with everyone who can be benefited from the awareness sessions on AML and let us know in case of any support or advisory required. Together, let's fight money laundering and terrorist financing as a team and support the initiatives taken by our regulator.